Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. It's Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Here's your essential recap of yesterday's market moves and what investors need to know for the trading day ahead. Major U.S. indexes closed mixed as traders got back to work after the long holiday weekend. The S&P 500 edged up just above 6580, gaining a modest 0.1%. The Dow Jones slipped by 0.1%, ending at 46,504, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq managed a small bump to finish at 21,879. The Russell 2000 led the field, advancing 0.7%. With the first quarter earnings season kicking off soon and volatility rising in oil, all eyes are now on what's next for the markets. Let's break down the top stories that shaped investor sentiment. First, a strong surprise in Friday's jobs report added fuel to the market's economic debate. March non-farm payrolls came in well above expectations, but with markets closed Friday, investors are just beginning to price in whether faster job growth will delay possible Fed rate cuts. The 10-year Treasury closed at 4.36%. Bond markets will be closely watched this week for any signs of a shift in Fed expectations. Second, oil prices spiked to levels not seen since 2022 as geopolitical tensions remain elevated. Brent crude finished Thursday at $109 per barrel, up over 7.7%. West Texas Intermediate soared more than 11% to $111.50. The supply shock from ongoing Middle East conflict is raising inflation concerns and could mean higher costs for consumers headed into the summer driving season. Next, the spotlight is on artificial intelligence as the hottest market trend beyond just chips. With NVIDIA capturing headlines, the real momentum might be in the companies powering AI's bandwidth bottleneck. Lumentum Holdings jumped after NVIDIA invested $2 billion, with Lumentum's revenue soaring 65% year-over-year to $665 million. Coherent also saw a boost, reporting revenue up 17% as it secured new multi-year AI optic supply deals. For investors, the AI infrastructure story goes well beyond just hardware. It's now about the plumbing that keeps those data centers running. On the analyst front, Netflix was upgraded to buy at Goldman Sachs with a raised price target of $120 a share. Twilio and Tyson Foods also received buy upgrades, reflecting optimism for both growth and value sectors. Meanwhile, Avis Budget and Carvana saw downgrades amid concerns over consumer demand and valuation. For newly public stocks, PayPay made its Wall Street debut and drew initial buy ratings with expectations for future growth, though opinions are divided. Finally, in crypto, Bitcoin saw renewed volatility, trading near 69,600 this morning after a turbulent end to last week driven by both war headlines and another major DeFi hack. Ethereum hovers above 2,100. While risk appetite took a hit, long-term traders are watching these stress tests as potential buying opportunities or warning signs, depending on where central banks signal next. Here's a quick recap. The S&P 500 closed at 6582, the Dow at 46,504, and the Nasdaq at 21,879. The major themes? Volatile oil, robust economic data, upgrades for select growth names, and AI infrastructure moving to center stage. Looking ahead, next week's earnings fireworks start with the big banks, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining us today on the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. Subscribe and follow for your daily shot of market insight and actionable news. We'll be back tomorrow with everything investors need to know, right before the opening bell.